Pero no lo escuché de ellos.
No. Está todo, ya se anda. Mamá y mamá.
Mute yourself, David.
Yes, quick reminder, when you join, introduce yourself. Tell us where you're logging in from, and after you do that, kindly mute yourself. Letting more people in, introduce yourself, tell us where you're from, and then kindly mute yourself.
Idris Alaka, Brooklyn, New York.
Welcome from Brooklyn.
Brian Jones from Riverside, California.
Welcome, Ryan, from the city of the river. Jump on in, announce yourself, tell us where you're from, and kindly go on mute. We'll be getting started here shortly.
Yeah, this is Leroy from St. Louis.
Welcome from St. Louis.
Tracy Ann Ross from San Antonio, Texas.
Welcome. Texas is in the building.
Shannon Chapman from Chicago.
Welcome, Shannon from Chicago.
Ignacio, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Welcome, Ignacio from Wisconsin.
Earl Beckett, Frisco, Texas.
Welcome, Earl. Another person from Texas.
Houston, Texas.
Welcome. Get your last minute texts out, Facebook messages, invites. Let's fill these seats. We have some exciting information we're going to be passing along tonight, and we need to do that and pass that to as many people as possible.
Recording in progress.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. We'll be getting started here shortly. This is the place to be tonight. We will be talking about a huge, an immense opportunity that all of us are a part of, or will be a part of after this call. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Please, when you join, introduce yourself. Tell us where you're from, and then kindly go on mute. This is my...
Great evening. This is Laura Johnson from South Carolina.
Laura, welcome. This is my game show voice, guys, so please join. Mute yourself after your call.
Good afternoon, everyone. Jonathan Franco from Northern California.
Welcome, Jonathan from Northern California. Great to have you here.
Appreciate it, brother. Thank you.
Hey, Chris. This is also Chris from Long Beach, California.
Chris from the LBC. Welcome.
This is Benjamin Davis from Seattle, Washington.
Benjamin, welcome from Seattle, Washington. Is it raining there? It usually is.
That was 10 years ago.
Johnny Cordova from Orange County, California.
Johnny, welcome. We have some last minute stragglers coming in. Make sure you get your last minute text out to invite your team, prospects onto the call, because this is not something they'll want to miss. Pete, we're 5 after the hour. Do you want to get started?
Good evening, Don from Houston.
Don, welcome.
JC, Los Angeles, California.
Welcome, JC, the man, the myth, the legend.
Calvin from Northern California.
Welcome, Calvin.
Erica from Whittier.
Welcome, Erica from Whittier.
Harry John, New York City.
Welcome from New York City.
All right, Chris, looks like we're ready to get started. Looks like Pete is here and we are ready to get started.
All right, Pete, mic check, 1 2 1 2.
1 2 1 2. Back to you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is going to be the greatest show on earth. Glad you're here tonight. We will be talking about an immense, a large opportunity. And the gentleman that I'm going to introduce has been in solar industry for 10 plus years, been in the realtor industry, real estate, mortgage. He's a military vet. He has a number of accolades, but one thing that I love about this gentleman that I'm about to introduce is he's straight to the point. He gets it done, and he's one of the great mentors in our company. I would like to give a warm welcome to Pete Abraham. The stage is yours.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. I appreciate you. If somebody can, we're still having people come on, let people in. Welcome, everybody. Glad to see you here tonight. All my background disappeared on my computer, so this is what you get here. But listen, I can get the message to you. I'm excited to be here. I hope you are as well. You know, you have to show up if you want to hear something new. If you want to change something about something you don't like in your life, you have to be open-minded and willing to take a look at something that you might not have seen before. So with that, I'm going to get into it. Like you did mention, I spent 12 years in the United States Navy. I've done a lot of things, from detailing cars, from having a lawn route, putting up brick walls, all that kind of stuff when I was younger, working at Sam's Club, got my real estate license, got my mortgage license, got my life insurance license, got bored with all of those, but I love passive residual income. And I always looked for people and places that I could work with that had that experience. And here we are today. And last but not least, solar industry, literally going on my 15th year here. And I love what I do. And I think tonight you're going to find a little bit more. But let me go ahead and get right into it. I'm going to share my screen. And if we can check give me 1 second. And let's see if we got this right here. I think we should. And let me know as soon as you guys can see that screen change. We good to go?
Yep, you're good, Pete.
All right, thank you, brother. All right, so BYLD Network is the name of our business. Obviously, we're here for a couple of reasons tonight. You're here to hear something, take some notes, make sure you have a pen, grab it right now if you don't, because you don't want to miss this information. We want to build your mindset, build your business, and build your net worth. Hopefully, nobody has a problem with making more money than what they're used to and doing it while working less hours. So this is a big deal to me, and I take a very close, passionate approach to this because it's done a lot of things for me, especially as a single father, allowed me to spend time with my daughters and not have to be the 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. guy. You know, I did that for many years, and that takes time away from your family. So there's a better way, and I'm here to help show you that. So what we are is literally a high-ticket brokerage with 4 high-ticket verticals we'll get in tonight. And each one in itself has a huge income potential. So if I just did one of these, I'd be well off. But the idea is this: you're going to run into people that are going to need these things. And if they like, know, and trust you, why wouldn't they go back to you for those things? If you're in real estate, mortgage, life insurance, networking, listen up tonight, because this is something that you already are great at what you do. You already have all these umpteen sales and all the things you've done and all those accolades you already have. Everybody looks to you as the professional. If you're here brand new tonight, folks, let me tell you something. Anybody can do this if they're willing to duplicate and if they're willing to be a good follower before they start leading. So why build a business? Why should people be looking for something these days to do? And I think this line right here really says it all, because nobody is coming to save you. It used to be you could fall back on this, fall back on that. But nowadays, literally you have to do something, especially in certain areas of the country. Here, I can say, speaking because I live in California, you need to do something, right? Because if you stop, take your foot off the gas, you're going to lose. Entrepreneurship used to be a should, now has become a must. And so that's what we're going to talk to you tonight a little bit more about that. And why do we look at it that way? Let's look at our current financial situation. Everything from debt crisis. If any of these ever happened to you or has happened to you, be happy to put a 1 in the chat, because it's happened to everybody. Layoffs, inflation, higher taxes. Don't get me started on that. Higher taxes, higher interest rates. Even though they just came down a little, they still went up way too high. Bankruptcies, foreclosures are on a rise a little bit again. Bankruptcies, recession, and job displacement. Think about how many jobs. Look at the fast food industry, right? You want to raise the rate. Now, guess what? Now they have a kiosk you have to order from. When you go in there to order your food, I went someplace the other day and you literally had to go to the kiosk before you got to the people up front. So talk about whether you think your job is safe or not. I will tell you, anybody can be replaced, and it's happening every day. Next thing, we live in the age of the gig economy. So if you ever gone on the computer or know somebody who has gone on the computer and look at what I want to start a business because I'm so sick and tired of being sick and tired working for the man. So you want to start a business, and what do? You start, well, I'm going to get a McDonald's, or I'm going to get this, and you realize that's $3-4 million just to start, and you realize you don't have that. So what do? You start going for Uber, Etsy, Airbnb, any of those things right there. So people want and need to make more money. And so when you're looking at things to do, they're looking at what can I do that can allow me to work from home? What can I do that allow me to make money and be able to spend more time and not have to go out and look for 5 different things to do? And these are typically the things that you'll see. All right. So what do we look for in a business opportunity? Anybody? Industries with a big target market and low market penetration. What does that mean? It's something that the masses can use and hardly anybody knows about it, or the majority doesn't know about it and doesn't have it yet. Now is probably not the time to get into the cell phone industry, right? Or get into the pager industry, right? Those have come and gone. But how many of you wish you had been at the forefront when you saw that little thing? I'm dating myself, but that little thing you put on your belt, or the phone that you had, that flip phone or whatever. And now guess what? Boy, we're off to something new now. So we're looking at essential goods and services, gas, electricity, and water. And I'm happy to say tonight we can help with 2 out of the 3 of those, right? Electricity. Put a 1 in the chat if you think your electric bill is too big. If you wish it was smaller. 110 degrees heat out here in California last week. Water, not cheap. Prices going up. Quality bad. These are things that everybody uses. Put a 1 in the chat if you know somebody who doesn't use electricity and doesn't drink water. See, nobody's going to put anything in there because it's masses, it's everybody. So we're looking for industries that thrive in good and bad economies. So tonight, I'm going to give you a brief overview, just like a bird's eye view, and mostly talk to you about our first one, Encore Solar and Freedom Forever. That's our solar division. We have Rain, our rainwater, which is our water product, which we'll be talking about a little bit. Smart Money Club, right? Because obviously you want to keep the money, not just spend it. And then home security. Obviously, crime has gone up. Rates have gone up. Insurance rates because of crime have gone up. Everything's gone up because of one of these things or more of these things is affected. What if you tonight, those of you on here tonight, could help people and make way above average income by helping those people and do it all from the comfort of your home? Put the 1 in the chat if you'd like that. So in our Encore Solar and Freedom division, if you see right there, we average between $600,000 and $10,000 commission per project, folks, per project. So not bad money at all. What if you did 2 a month? We'll get into the numbers later, folks, in the second half, but I just want to show you what we can make. Another $500 to $700 on home security. Well, last time I know, somebody who wants to save money in their electric bill also usually wants to protect their home. What if I could show that person by saving the money on the electric that would cover the monthly payment for their home security? Write that down. I just gave you a light bulb moment right there. How about if I took some money from the utility and showed you how you could use that same money, redirect it, and protect your family and your home through home security? Wow, interesting. Let's talk about water, water filtration, drinking great water rather than bad water. $1,000 to $2,100, and these are average numbers, folks. So one simple thing could lead you to two other things right now. So that's great money. And we've had people that are doing, as a matter of fact, they've gone out in the last couple of days and talked to somebody about solar and the water. Oh, and by the way, how about if we save that money? Now you can spend that money instead of on bottled water, you can spend it on home security. Wow. I'll give you a minute. And then let's talk about residual income. How many of you tonight, be honest, how many of you have bills? How many of you have residual bills, which means the bills keep coming back every month, every month, every month? Now here's the $1 million question. How many of you have true residual income? Because doesn't it make sense to pay residual bills that come back again with residual income that keeps coming in, whether or not you went to work that day, whether or not you made the sale, or maybe somebody on your team made the sale and you still got an override and that paid your bills? Smart Money Club's all about saving money and keeping that money and not wasting it, showing you what you could be doing with it. So let's talk about solar really quickly here. Again, this is a passion of mine. You know, I started the solar industry. I was doing real estate. Everybody knows what happened in 2008, 2009 to the real estate injury. It was an injury, but to that industry, everything went in the toilet really fast. So I'm looking at other things to do. What could I do? There wasn't a lot of other options. And I answered a tiny little ad about solar. Didn't think anybody was going to even call me back. They did call me back. And next thing I know, I'm working at a job in solar. Fast forward today, I work in solar, but I own it from the comfort of my home. No longer do I drive 5,000 to 6,000 miles a month just for a no-show, just have somebody show up and they're not even there. So why get involved in the solar industry? The size and the timing of the opportunities. Let's take a look at this. 130 million homes in the U.S. Here's the question. How many of those homes do you need to get installed for you to become a millionaire? That number is much smaller than what you're probably thinking. 90 million homes are eligible for solar. Approximately 5 million have already gone solar. That leaves 85 million homes eligible and currently without solar. And that spells opportunity if you're willing to work, if you're willing to be coachable. You don't have to know anything about solar. As a matter of fact, we probably prefer that you don't, because sometimes those people get caught up in what they think they know, and they come from the mindset of an employee, think about me, me, me. BYLD is all about we. Save up to 50% energy cost. Do something good for the homeowner. Zero down with various financing options, so somebody doesn't even need to take a penny out of their pocket. Blackout protection, batteries. Think of fires in California, hurricanes in Florida, unfortunately, flooding. Look at the East Coast right now. Look at Houston, Texas. What was it? Well, last winter, 2 winters ago, when they had the freeze out. Guess what? The people who had batteries, guess what? They still had their lights on. Tax credit up to 30% if you qualify. Immediate increase in home value and clean energy. If you have your choice, you could do the same thing. Even if you didn't save any money, why wouldn't you prefer clean energy and do something for your kids, your grandkids, and the future versus staying with dirty energy? And a fun fact, in 2022, someone went solar every 44 seconds. 2023, I believe, is every 38 seconds. In 2024, with people like Idris out there, Tony Denner out there, people that are helping people right now with solar, it's going to be even faster than what you see there on the screen. So that's what's in it for the consumer. But let's talk about a legitimate career opportunity, either part-time or full-time. If you go get a job today, if you're looking for something extra to do today, what do you usually have to do? Go apply, hope somebody calls you, hope they think you're good looking enough, that you're in shape or whatever it might be, right? In other words, that they control whether you get hired or not. If you're on this tonight, somebody thought enough about you to invite you and thought enough of your skills and your network and the things that you could do to invite you tonight. So why not be in control of it and never have to fill out an application? Virtual sales, 90% of what we do. And guess what, folks? You can't say you don't know how to do it because you're on Zoom right now. Every single one of you already knows how to do this. Simply refer solar customers and earn up to 50% of the commission. Think of that, 50% of the commission. And we'll talk about that a little bit more too. Become a BYLD mentor, close sales for other consultants, and earn 50% of the commission. And that's nationwide, folks. So a mentor is somebody like myself or one of the other great mentors that we have on our platform, which we have quite a few. And the whole idea is they can take somebody with no experience or a real estate mortgage insurance professional with no ego, and they can help that person make 50% just by you getting an electric bill. I call it the gift of gab, G-A-B, get a bill. So write that down, the gift of gab. And if you're good at that already, this should be easy for you. And then what if you don't want to sell solar? This is really an eye opener. I can be in the solar industry. I can be all of these other things. And what if I don't even want to sell solar? You can build a team and earn commissions from the sales they make, even if you never made a sale yourself. So if you're a networker, somebody who you say, I'm terrible at sales and talking to people, but I'm good at networking, right? Or I'm good at connecting people. Use that skill and make some money. Make 7 figures with it. Okay? So when it comes to the solar, we have a 25-year production guarantee. Our install partner is Freedom Forever, best in the industry. So we're the only solar panel installation company that 100% guarantees the amount of energy and return loss savings, which means if that system goes out or something malfunctioned or whatever, they're going to give you a credit or a check for that lost savings. So talk about peace of mind, right? A lot of people, 15 years ago, nobody knew what solar is. Now, in case you don't know it, in the state of California, since 2020, it's mandatory to have solar where you cannot build the new building or, for the most part, the ADU. There's a few exceptions. Miami-Dade County in Florida, that county, you have to have solar if you build a new construction. Folks, it's only a matter of time before the house that you live in right now has to have solar. Listen to me, write this down, whether you like it or not. Right now, you can help people. Right now, you can save money. Right now, you can do the right thing, or you can pay even more later because guess what? That 30% tax credit and all those other things, those can go away when it becomes more mainstream because they don't need to convince you. It's just the law now. So no need for a discount when it's the law, folks. So keep that in mind why you want to take action now. In this picture, what do you see? Whole bunch of houses, whole bunch of roofs, and not that much solar on it. Very few. Folks, I can guarantee when you leave after the night, tomorrow when you get up and walk outside, you're going to look outside and you're going to go down the street, walking your dog, riding your bike, riding your car, going to work. And every home you're going to look at, I want you to think of that as anywhere between $6,000 to $10,000 and a happy client that you've helped save from the greedy utility. Folks, that's a lot of money. And it's up to you to get to your neighbor before somebody else does, because I can tell you, being in this business for 15 years, there's people who slept on this. There's people said, tomorrow I'll do that. Well, let's see if it works out for this project, my project. Folks, construction is construction. So why not go after these people now? If you don't, somebody else, even myself, will. Okay, because we have no fear. We're going to call them, talk to them, tell them about it. And here's why. Pretend this is you. Here's a couple testimonials. California customer, $287 before solar, $148 after solar. You do not have to be a rocket scientist to figure out that 148 is less than 287. And by the way, they probably have more than 100% of their usage covered. It might be 125, 130%. So how many of you yourself put a 1 in the chat? If you could pay less and get more electricity, be able to set that thermostat lower if you choose to and not worry about it, how many of you would want to do that if you could? Put a 1 in the chat. There's a fun little quote here I like at the bottom. It says this: a solar sales presentation is not a presentation, it's an IQ test. Let that sink in. You've been to the eye doctor before. You need the glasses, the contacts. He goes click, 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 puff with a little blast of air and says, which way do you see better, A or B, A or B, A or B? Well, I'm going to ask you tonight on the screen, which one do you see better, 287 or 148? I'll give you a minute. Next one. Look at that, $6,400 commission on this. The mentor would have made $3,200. Remember, you're splitting it 50-50, and the mentee, maybe that's you tonight if you're here for the first time, $3,200. Let me ask you a question. How many of you would be willing and could, with a little bit of training so you don't blow it, would be willing to get a bill from somebody, all 4 corners showing, unwrinkled, like we want you to get it, and say, listen, and make an introduction and put duct tape on your mouth? How many of you could and would do that for $3,200 and you didn't even spend 2 hours. And you were just listening and learning on the Zoom like we're doing right now when we give the presentation to your homeowner. Folks, it doesn't get any easier than that. Let's take a look at another one real quick. Florida, let's go out to East Coast. All right, 410. By the way, our prayers with the people in Florida and the whole East Coast going through what they're going through in these times, because it's really, it's just sad to see what's happened. But $410 monthly bill before solar, $290 after solar. Folks, if you live in an area and your bill is only $60 a month, you're lucky. But places like Texas, Florida, they use a lot of electricity. Okay, so 410 down to 290. Again, this is not rocket science. It's an I always like to add this. If somebody doesn't get this when you're looking at what you're looking at the screen right now, if somebody doesn't know that one's better than the other, you deserve to pay full price. So I'm joking, but I say that when I go into an appointment, I'm telling myself that if this person doesn't want what I have, they deserve to pay full price. But for those who take advantage of it, this would have netted $8,200. Divide that in two, that's $4,100 and $4,100. That's literally $4,100 mentee. I'm talking to you, the guest tonight on this Zoom. $4,100. Would that pay your fancy car? Might that pay your mortgage or almost pay your mortgage? Here's the thing. What do people complain about not having? Not enough money and not enough time, right? Two big things. If you can make $4,100 as a mentee in this, and all you do would get the bill and sit through the presentation, or don't even be on the presentation, which means it took you 5 minutes, would you trade 5 minutes to 2 hours to make $4,100? Or maybe you get a little greedy and say, I want to make all the $8,200. Pete, show me how you do that. Tony Denner, show me how you do that, right? Chris McHenry, show me. Energy cost overtime and finishing up my segment. If you look at this right here, you see a 6 to 8% annual increase. If your bill today was $150, in 10 years it'll be $300, and unbelievably, but truthfully, in 30 years, you're looking at a $1,500 bill. Folks, California in the major utilities here, it's more than a 6 to 8% annual increase. On the East Coast, Massachusetts, some of the East Coast states, it's more like a 30%, 25%, even more in some places, depending on where you're at, folks. So what would you do? Would you rather pay $225,000 in total electricity, or would you rather pay $54,000 at the end of that by going solar and save $171,000 over that 30-year period? Folks, this is just plain simple sense. Lock in your cost, no money down, and get a potential 30% tax credit. So my part's almost done here, but I'll finish by saying this. I've been out there. I've been in the solar industry. I have a real estate background. I have mortgage background. I'm bilingual, so I've seen it from both sides, different languages. Here's the thing. Everybody knows a realtor. Everybody knows a billion mortgage brokers. They all know a life insurance person. And why do I say those three? Two things. Number one, they all know that, which means they're a dime a dozen, even though you're the best one in the world, right? You're the best one, but they know a whole bunch of them. How many of you know a solar expert? I'll give you a minute. That's the differentiation. And when it comes to real estate, the National Association of Realtors also has a green certification that you should be taking already, because you need, whether you like it or not, you're going to need to know about solar and how it works. So take those contacts that you have. If you're brand new, 18 years old, show up with an open mind. We have people that are very young here who have outpaced people with years of experience just because they were willing to duplicate and they did not have an ego. So that's from my heart to you. As Warren Buffett said, energy deregulation will be the largest transfer wealth in history. I'll say it one more time. Energy deregulation, not those other industries, will be the largest transfer of wealth in history. And here to tell us about that tonight, I would like to introduce our next speaker tonight. We've never gotten to meet personally except over the Zoom, but I hope to meet him someday soon. He'll tell you a little bit more about himself. I can tell you this guy is a moneymaker. He knows how to help people. He likes what he does. Matter of fact, he loves what he does. And he has a game plan that if you'll follow it, it can take you to 7, 8 figures, if you will. Do we have with us tonight Mr. Ariala?
Thank you, Pete. Please give Pete a big hand. Unmute yourselves. Give him a big, big hand, please. Amazing job. Give Pete a big hand. Come on, guys.
Thank you, Pete.
Awesome, amazing presentation. He brought fire.
Awesome,
Phenomenal.
Brother
That's
Pete.
phenomenal. Hey, Pete, are you going to continue or you want me to bring up my PowerPoint? Are you muted, Pete? You're muted there.
If you show your screen, yours will come up.
You can bring yours up. You can bring yours up if you want to.
Okay. All right. No worries. No, it doesn't allow me. Let me see. Multiple presenters. Okay. Well, folks, I can't tell you how excited I am that everybody is here because why? You decided to invest some time out of your life to take a look at a business, right? And you know what, Pete? I can't even find it. Can we just go with yours? Is that okay?
Yeah, let me pull it back up.
Yeah, let's just go with yours. It's on the screen. We're good.
Okay, good.
Well, folks, listen, a couple things before I get started, okay? What I want to share with you in the next 3.5 hours is this. Just kidding. We'll be a few more minutes. Relax, okay? Here's the best part. This is actually real. It's not a dream. You're not going to wake up tomorrow and go, oh, my God, you know, honey, I had a dream. I was in a business where I could get paid $3,500 for getting an electric bill. That had to be a dream. It can't be real. No, it's actually real. Getting an electric bill. How many of you know some homeowners that would love to save up to 50% on their electric bill? Throw one in the chat, throw some fire in the chat. All you got to do is get the bill. Right, Pete? It's not that tough. You just got to get a bill. Hey, uncle, send me your electric bill. Why? I want to see if we can save you some money. Well, I don't really listen, uncle, I'll pay the damn bill for you if we can't save you money. That's the kind of confidence we can have here because we know we're always going to save them money when they go to solar, as long as they qualify, right? They just got to qualify. But if they qualify, guess what? We're always going to save them a ton of money. That's what excites me. My story very quickly in 1 minute. Born and raised in public housing projects called Jefferson Housing Projects. Any of you from New York, you would know where that is. And grew up very low income. Didn't go to college. I didn't like school. So I took a bunch of exams. I took the New York City Fire Department, Corrections Department, Sanitation Department, whatever. Took the police department. That's who called me. I became a cop. Was not a design like, oh, I want to be a cop. No, I needed a job, right? I hit like 19, 20 years old. My parents were like, you better go start making some money on your own. You don't want to go to college. And I did that for a while, worked as an undercover narcotics detective. I used to do undercover, drug busts and, do all that stuff, get the kilos. Let me see if I recognize anybody from back then. Just kidding. Some of you get nervous, relax. So I didn't know anything about sales when business was introduced to me. A very good friend of mine introduced me to a company called Primerica. Throw one in the chat if you heard of a company called Primerica. That's where I built a big business, made many, many millions of dollars. I don't say that to you to brag to you. I just told you I came from housing projects, low income, didn't know anything about business. The only thing I knew was I could spot a crack vial 2 miles away. That's all I knew. That's what I was trained to do, right? So when I got in business, I had to start from ground zero and learn everything. But I was willing to learn. Let me tell you why I was willing to learn. Because my dreams were up here, right? My dreams were really high. But my income was down here. So I had a choice to make in my life. Either I'm going to raise my income to match my dreams, or what do most people do? They lower their dreams to match their income. And then they rationalize it. Honey, you know what? We don't really have to send our kids to private school. Public school ain't that bad. I know a couple kids got shot and stabbed, but we could deal with it. We'll be all right. No, we don't really need a Mercedes-Benz. Those people that drive Mercedes-Benz, they're just a bunch of show-offs. Vacation, it's okay if we visit your family every year. We don't really have to go to Europe. Stop it. That's rationalizing. You've got dreams. We all do. Hey, if your heart is still beating, you can still accomplish your dreams. Let me say it again. If your heart is still beating, you can still accomplish your dreams. I don't know who invited you tonight, but I know this. I believe in God. I believe in karma. I believe in the universe. Somehow you got here. And you got a decision to make tonight. Because this is going to be shown to you. This is real. You can do all the checking you want. I was a New York City detective. I was an investigator. Trust me, I checked this company out upside, downside, every which way. And guess what I found out? It's real. It's true. The money's real. You just got to be a student. You got to deprogram yourself. Well, Ed, what do you mean deprogram yourself? Yeah, because you know what? The day you were born to be successful. Throw one in the chat if we can all agree that God does not create junk. God does not create junk. So guess what? The day you were born to be successful. But what happened after a while? You got programmed for failure. What do I mean by that? Well, hey, little Eddie, go to school, get good grades, get an education, graduate, get a diploma, get into a good college, then go get a job at a big company, work your way up, and you're going to have a great life. We all know that's not true. That's not true, right? So we got programmed as what I call to be on the left side of the cash flow quadrant. That book, Pete, changed my life. Write it down if you've never heard of it. Cash flow quadrant. It's written by a business expert, multimillionaire. As a matter of fact, he has the best-selling book in business. His name is Robert Kiyosaki. Robert Kiyosaki. If you get nothing else, if tonight you say, you know what, nah, I'm not interested. I can see what this guy Pete and Ed, they're trying to do to me. They're trying to convince me to make $100,000 a year or more from home. That's what they're trying. I know that's what they're going to do. They're going to try to convince me to make 6 figures, stay with my kids, have my own business. That's what they're going to try to convince me to do. And I refuse to be convinced. That's your choice. We all have decisions. Every decision that you make dictates your destiny. Okay. So, sorry, is my introduction. Yeah, folks, I think you've got a decision to make, right? You want to continue to lower your dreams, or you want to raise your income. We got an opportunity, an income opportunity that doesn't exist anywhere. I've been looking for something like this, and I was retired. I've been retired for 13 years. I got out of retirement because I could not believe what I saw. Plus, I heard that when you retire, you die sooner. I don't want to die, right? I'm like, hey, I better go do something with purpose. We got purpose here. Let's go next. We got 7 ways to earn. Pete, you could go right past that, because most people, how do they earn? One way. In a job, you work for, right, a salary, and that's it. Income disclaimer. What does this mean? This means that some of you are going to make hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. Some of you are going to make $50,000 a year. Some of you are going to make millions of dollars a year. And then some of you are going to make zero. Oh my God, you mean it's possible I don't make anything? Correct. If you sign up to go to the gym and you don't work out, you don't follow the nutrition plan, you're not going to get in shape. Right? Every gym should have a disclaimer, as a matter of fact, right? Because it's amazing. In January, anybody ever try to go to a gym in January? Oh my God, it's packed. You got to wait a half hour to get on a machine. But by March, you fire a cannonball through that gym. You won't hit nobody, because people right away, right? They don't stay disciplined. Part of winning is being disciplined. Next there, Pete, thank you. All right, personal sales. Check this out. Is this pretty cool? You get an expert like Pete, and we've got many, okay? We've got many. We've got Julio, we've got Javier, we got Don LaPlume. Experts, they know how to sell solar. I'm not a solar expert, okay? I'm not a solar expert, okay? But I can follow what somebody else does. It's a little presentation they do. It takes about 30 to 45 minutes. If you watch it a bunch of times, if you're recording, do you think you can learn it? Of course you can. But let's say you don't want to sell solar. They will do the sale for you and give me half of the money. But let's say you do learn. You say, you know what, I want to learn. Well, you make an average of $7,000. You can click there. Yep. You make $7,000. Let that sink. Let that marinate in your brain for a moment. You spend about 45 minutes with a client. If they got a couple questions, a little bit of paperwork, 1 to 2 hours max. Those of you that close solar, throw one in the chat if I'm telling the truth, right? 1 to 2 hours, you close the deal. Just wait for your commission to come in. 1 to 2. Where can you make $7,000 in 1 to 2 hours? I used to lock those people up, right? I used to lock those guys up, make that kind of money. Now, how do you become a mentor? Real simple. You observe a couple of sales. I call it introduce, watch, get paid. Introduce someone you know that's a homeowner, get the bill, hand it off to your mentor, watch what they do, and you get paid half the money. Then you do 5 sales, and you want to make sure that you know what you're doing. You become a mentor. Let's go to mentor. You can go to mentor, Pete. Okay. Now, here's an example. Let's say that you're a mentor. You are training 4 brand new mentees, consultants, reps, whatever you want to call it. You're training 40 people, right? You help them close their first 3 sales. They get paid half the money of the 7,000 average, right? That's our average. Ed, wait a minute. What if it's like a $20,000 commission? You make 10,000. Julio and I not me, but Julio did a sale with a good friend of ours named Dan Bernhardt. That sucker was $42,000. Dan got 21 and Julio got 21. So no, this is just an average, but that's not a bad average. So you help 4 of your people, you're making $42,000 a month. A superstar stud did 28 of these split sales, made 6 figures. His name is Jabari in our company. So if he could do it, you could do it. Next. All you got to do is learn, okay? Now, you guys can mute yourselves. If you could go back 1 second, go back 1 slide, Pete, if you don't mind, before we get here. Okay, let me tell you what I want to talk about now. Because remember what I told you, we are born to be successful, but we're programmed for failure, right? Well, one of the programs for failure is this. You ready what it is? I'm going to tell you what it is. Wait a minute. Hold on. You mean you can recruit somebody and they sell a solar system and you get paid a commission? Oh, that looks like one of those things, right? That looks like one of those pyramid things. I'm out of here. Listen, let me clear that up right now. Okay. We are just like the real estate business. Okay. Throw 1 in the chat. If you know the real estate industry is a legal industry, throw 1 in the chat. It's legal, right? How does it operate? Real simple. A real estate agent gets a person, right, a client that wants to buy a home. When they sell them the home, the agent gets a commission. But who also gets a piece of the commission? Who also gets it? Could you throw it in the chat, please? Look at the answer. Every one of you know it. Yes, the broker. The broker also gets a piece of that commission. Who would you rather be? The agent or the broker? Throw it in the chat. Who would you rather be, the agent or the broker? That's how simple this is. It's not complicated. Right? We do the exact same thing here, only it's solar. It's alarm systems. It's water filtration. That's all. And I don't want to get overrides. Well, then don't get overrides. Just sell solar alarm systems. It's not required. But what a gift. Thank you, JC and Wences. Do you guys realize that we are given in this company the legal right to hire and train as many people as we want. And every time they sell, we get a piece of that. That's how Warren Buffett is wealthy. That's how Elon Musk is wealthy. That's how Jeff Bezos is wealthy. What do you think, Jeff Bezos? No, they've got over 100,000 people that work. And when they put in time, they get paid on their efforts. That's why I want you guys to get the cash flow quadrant. This will make sense. If we never see each other again, if you at least get that book, you can get yourself from the left side to the right side of the quadrant. Okay. And on the left side is what? Well, for you guys, right? Left side. Okay. Employee, got a job, never paid what you're worth. Self-employed, a little better because you control your time. But the problem is all your income comes just from you. That's like a real estate agent. That's like a doctor or lawyer, right? They got to put in the hours to make money. Then on the other side of the quadrant, in the upper right-hand side, is the business owner. Whoa, what happens when they own a business system, a franchise, a real estate business, a direct sales business, a network marketing business also qualifies. Yes, you have other people that you hire, you train them, and when they sell a product, you get paid. How many of you like that concept? Throw a 1 in the chat. Okay. All right, continue there, Pete. All right, let's go through these real quick. Okay, real quick. So I don't want to spend a lot of time on this. You get together with the person that referred you, but the bottom line is this. We have a company where the day you walked into this opportunity, you have everything you need to win with. This business is designed for you to get to the top. It's designed for you to win. It's designed for you to go from consultant to the top. What do I mean by that? We don't care about your resume. We don't care what state you live in. We don't care what race you are. We don't care what sex you are. We don't care if you have sex or not. Who cares? What matters is this. That you do the work, you get the installations, and you get promoted. You promote yourself. My God, ladies, the ladies here, you get paid exactly what the men make. It's not true in corporate America, right? Corporate America, women, last I checked, make about 70% of what a man makes. That's not fair. Here you get paid exactly what you're worth. Next, Pete. Those are the different rank events, but you promote yourself. What a business. What a concept, okay? So here you got a small little team. Look at the cash flow there, right? You're making $13,000 with a very tiny team, and you did 1 sale. By the way, these people are part-time. We're not showing you people. These are people working part-time, and you're making what, $13,000? Folks, let me ask you a question. Would an extra, working part-time, would an extra $13,000 right now, would that change your zip code? Would it change your life? Would it take care of most of the problems you've got? You know what I learned in my life? I've been in business almost 30 years. And what I learned? That most people say, oh man, you don't understand, Ed, I got problems. You got problems? Let's write down your problems. And when we write down their 5 or 10 problems, every one of them can be taken care of with writing a check. Gone. That problem, you don't like your neighborhood, get out of there, go to a different community. You don't like the house you live in, you don't like the rinky-dinky car you drive, whatever. Everything can be taken care of with money. You know when it's a problem? When you got 30 days to live and you're going to die. Now you got a problem. But when it's money related, it's just a little issue. Go make money. We're showing you how to make an opportunity. We got an opportunity for you to make money. Next. Now you build a bigger team. Look at this here. Now you're making $250,000 a year. $250,000 a year. Everybody's doing how many sales? 2 sales. That's part-time. We don't want to show you somebody like Jabari because they're not easy to find. How are you going to find somebody that does 28 sales in a month? That's not easy to find. Or that does 10 sales in a month. But you can find a lot of people that'll do maybe 2 sales a month. You do a little something. You're making $250,000 a year. Yes, it's real. No, it's not a dream. You're going to wake up tomorrow and you're going to go, man, I was on the Zoom last night. Honey, I don't know if it's real. Yeah, it's real. Okay, next. Let's say you want to build a big business now, a big business. Look at that number there. $67,000 a month, Pete, right? How long would it take you to get there? Well, I got a question for you. How long is it going to take you in your current job or your current career? For most people, it's not even possible, right? It's not even possible for me to make $67,000. By the way, profit, that's your profit. You got no overhead. You work from home. Wait a minute, Ed. Oh, Ed, hold on. I got internet. Stop it. You had internet before you got here. Don't give me that one. You got no overhead, no employees. You don't got to pay an assistant. That's $67,000 a month. I got a question for you. Listen to this question. What would you not do for $67,000 a month as long as it's legal and moral? What would you not do for $67,000 a month as long as it's legal and moral? I was in a meeting one day and I said, how many of you would shovel horse manure for $67,000 a month? Throw one in the chat. Would you shovel horse manure for your family to win, make $67,000 a month? I had a lady, you know what she said? She said, Ed, I'd sleep in it for $67,000 a month. Folks, that's life-changing money. I've been blessed to make that kind of money. That's $15,000 a week. Imagine that. You get paid every Friday here. Man, you get paid, you build a team. It might take you 2 or 3 years. So what? How many plan to be here for a couple years anyway? Throw one in the chat. You're going to be here anyway. Let us help you build your company. Let us help you build your business. So guess what? $15,000 a week. I don't know. On a 5-day week, what's that? That's $3,000 a day. Wow, $3,000 a day. You go to the bathroom, you make like $500. This is all overrides. So if I were you, grab the newspaper, sit down for an hour, and go make a couple thousand, right? This is override money, folks. Let's go to the next one, Pete. We got more money. More money. It's you get paid additional. Everything was solar. Now this is alarm systems. There's overrides there too. That all counts for your promotion. Next, Pete. Okay, how do you get started? Now, there's 2 ways to get started. You can say, you know what? I just want to own my own solar brokerage and security brokerage, right? It's your own brokerage. Like a real estate broker has their own brokerage. The only thing is you don't got to go open up an office, hang a sign up, pay electricity, all that crap. You can do it right from your own home, but it's still your own brokerage. Wait a minute, Ed. If it's mine, can I sell it one day? Look at me. Yes, you can actually sell this one day. Legally, you could build up a solar business and then you can sell it if you want. What's the investment? Not the cost, the investment. $149,000. Is that right? Oh, no way. $149? Are you joking, Pete? Is that for real? I thought it was, they told me $149,000. $149? Listen. So anyway, that's the solar brokerage. We're going to show you the other part. I'll wrap up. But the other side is How many of you would like to also, that's kind of what we call high ticket commission income, right? You sell big ticket products, they pay you $6,000, $7,000, $10,000, right? All up front. But we got another part of our company, if you want to hang tight for the next couple minutes, where you can build a residual income. So we got two companies underneath one umbrella. Nobody has this. No one. On our team, I gave them a $10,000 challenge. I said, if you can find any company that has a better compensation plan than our company, I'll send you $10,000. I'll transfer it right to your checking account. They're all looking. They can't find it because it don't exist, okay? Next, Pete, let's go to the residual income. I love this, okay? So it's a membership. You go back one more, Pete. This is a membership, okay? Let me give you the example here, okay? Throw one in the chat if you have Netflix. Throw one in the chat if you use Amazon Prime. Throw one in the chat if you have Spotify. You know what those are? Those are subscriptions, memberships, right? Well, there's a guy named Jeff Bezos who he overrides 200,000 Amazon Prime memberships. Would you feel embarrassed because you're overriding memberships? This just happens to be something better, I think, right? Better than Netflix is what? Smart Money Mastery. I think that's better than Netflix, but the owners of Netflix, they got, I think, 270 million accounts that they get paid on every month residual. It just keeps, right? Boom. The next part of our residual income is, next one, Pete, is, I love this, is travel discounts, okay? Listen. Unless you're a hermit and you never go out, you live in a cave, you're probably going to save between $2,500 and $3,500. That's the average. So if you go to a TGI Fridays, you book a flight, you stay in a hotel every once in a while. Not that you're going out, every month, but every once in a while, this is average across the nation. That's the membership is only $99 a month. Let's go to that. Now look at the money you make. Check this out. Almost done. Relax. I like the residual part. Next one, Pete. Okay, check this out. I know there's a lot of numbers, okay? But look, Pete. Just go to the top there, okay? Let's say you got 10 memberships on your left, 10 memberships on the right. This is the part that I want you to understand. It's called the dual team, right? Two teams. How many of you know at least two people, okay? At least two people that are broke, busted, and disgusted, and they could use an extra couple $1,000s a month, okay? Throw one in the chat. You know at least two people? Well, guess what? Those two people know at least two other people, and they know two other people. How do you think Netflix grew? You see Netflix commercials? How did Facebook grow? You see any Facebook commercials? Well, now Meta, but no, when Facebook started in 2004, there was no commercials. It was all sharing the information. Hey, check out this thing, right? Same thing here. You share it with others. It's helping them save money, right? And guess what? Your team will start to grow. You only got to get two. And look what starts to happen. It starts to multiply. So for you, look at that. For you to make six figures, it's just a couple hundred people on each side. Folks, let me ask you a question. If it took you a year to build the $8,000 a month income, would it be worth it? This is, Ed, wait a minute, Ed, you're confusing me, Ed. Is this in addition to solar and everything else? Yes, in addition to. Wrap it up there, Pete. Go to the next one. So I got two incredible testimonials for you guys. You're going to hear from two super studs that have made millions of dollars, and we recruited them here into our company. Wasn't easy because they're big money earners in other companies. They came over here. So look, you want the whole enchilada. You want everything. Ed, I want to make money on solar. I want to make money on water. I want to make money and whatever they got. As long as it's legal and moral, I want to make money. Well, that's the builder pack and the residual. You get the big upfront cash and you get the monthly residual. $199. And then monthly is only $99. But here's the cool thing. Look how great this company is. If you refer 4 other people, do you know 4 people that would like to achieve their dreams? Do you know 4 other people that are broke, busted, and disgusted? Do you know 4 other people? Yes, you do. When you help 4 other people get on board in the membership, you don't pay anything. Now you got a business that's 0 overhead every single month. So if I could bring to the Zoom stage, okay, if you guys could unmute yourselves, Don LePlume very quickly first, okay, folks. Don LePlume is a special human being. This guy is giving. This guy is someone that has the maximum integrity. And because we're running on time, I just want to let you know, this guy has already made it, okay? Him and his family has already produced wealth. He owned his own company like this. He owned his own company. He told me the story what Google did to him. Google did something nefarious that kind of killed his business, right? He was tapping into the space of Google. And guess what? He had to sell that and get out of it. But he made millions of dollars, built his own company. Folks, I can't think of a better person to share with you just a quick 1-2 minute testimonial of why he decided, a guy that has made it big already in industry. Let's give it up for Mr. Don LaPlume. Let's go, Don.
All right. Thanks, Ed. I'll tell you what, you were on fire tonight. I'm loving this. Hey, the reason, first of all, there's two things I want to share. One is why I got into solar, because I looked at where we are, right? It took us 50 years to get to only 5% of households that could have solar that actually have it. 50 years, 50. And right now, the government's projecting that by 2035, barely over 10 years from now, that we're going to be at 40%. That means we're at the base of that hockey stick. Solar is about to explode as an industry. It's going to be huge. But I started actually with a different solar company. When I understood how powerful solar was, I started with let's call it a more traditional solar company. And all was going well, it was all fine. When I learned about this, and I learned about not just the regular income that we can make from solar here with BYLD and Encore, but then I learned about the dual pay. I mean, that was like, I just doubled my income. And here was the crazy thing, right? Even though when I sell a solar sale here, it's the same price as I would have at that other company, all right, I'm making anywhere from $1,000 to $2,000 more in commission for myself. So compared to a more traditional company, whatever the heck you want to call that, I am so excited to be here. One, because of the time in history that this is the time to be in solar, and two, because this is the company. All right, not just for the solar income, but this dual pay program is absolutely phenomenal. I mean, it's just like monthly base income. It's like you build it and it's there. And so I'm grateful to be here. I thank you, Ed, and I'm so glad you're sharing all that you're sharing and how much energy you've got, man. Because people need to know how incredible this is and how important this is for their family's future.
Thank you, Don. Give Don a big hand, please. Wow, one more stud that we got. This guy is another tremendous pedigree. Afghan war veterans, special forces, the guys that they go really kill the bad guys out there. But he got out of the military. Actually, he started while he was in the military. He built a gigantic business in world ventures in the travel space, right? Made millions, was in a solar company that we were at together, decided to come over here. Another guy of incredible integrity, a leader that knows how to build gigantic organizations. And we cannot be blessed to have a better person, servant leader on our team, in our company, than Javier Lee. Let's give Javier a big hand.
Thank you, Ed. Really quick. Thank you, everybody. It's great to meet you. What's up, everybody? What's up, Bill? Hey, listen, real quick. Hey, Ed, your energy is amazing, man. Thank you very much. It's really hard to, back that one up, come after you. But listen up, guys. 20 years, retired military, Army Special Forces, detachment commander, 5 years in Afghanistan. I got paid to do bad things to bad people. Now I get paid to do good things to people all over the United States. I built teams all over the world in the travel space and network marketing. I've hit significant achievements in the solar space. I do it also bilingual. I'm actually out here in Puerto Rico building solar with BYLD and Freedom, and things are going great. This is an amazing company. There's been nothing like this ever created. For the first time in business history, an unparalleled marketing company with dual payment mechanisms, both the direct sales, right, and the binary. That's crazy. Multiple products that mutually support each other to keep the compensation plan healthy and paying the field. Really think about that. That's the thing that really just caught my attention. One, it's never been done before. Everyone's dreamed of it, but never created it. And now this comp plan is self-sustaining. It's absolutely amazing. Why not be a part of the most unique company in the industry? That is the question. Thank you, Ed.
Thank you, Javier. Give Javier a big hand. Team, I want to close it out in 1 minute. I just want to leave you with this thought, okay? True story, 2 shoe salesmen. They get an opportunity to have a contract with a country in India. You can shut that down, Pete, you can shut that down. True story, they get a contract to sell shoes in India long time ago. And guess what? They're both going out Monday to get on the plane to get to India. The first guy gets there, gets on the plane. The next guy was late in traffic. He missed his flight. So the first guy gets to India, meets with all the different leaders in India, goes to different towns, villages, all over. It's a long time ago, right? No big cities, but he's walking around. He's in the shoe business. What is this guy looking at? He's looking at people's feet. He's looking down. And in his brain, he goes, what the heck? What's going on here? Nobody's got any shoes on. This is weird. He goes to the next village, the next village, the next village. Nobody's got shoes. He gets upset, gets back to the hotel, calls the vice president of sales, Mr. Rangel. Just kidding. Just calls the VP of sales and says, hey, VP, send me back to the U.S. And they're like, why? What's going on? Nobody here got any freaking shoes. What do you guys send me over here? Oh, my God, we're sorry. We apologize. We'll send you back. Well, they were trying to catch the next guy Tuesday morning, but he didn't answer his phone. He got to India, met with all the leaders and goes from village to village. What does he see? The same darn thing. He's like, man, this is crazy. Nobody's got any shoes. He gets back to the hotel, calls the VP. The VP says, I know, Mike. I know. I'm sorry. We're going to send you back. He said, whoa, what do you mean send me back to the U.S.? No. He says, send me a plane load of shoes because nobody got no shoes. Nobody's got solar panels. Look around. No one has solar panels. And you got the panels to give them to make unlimited income. Don't miss this one, folks, okay? I don't do this for the money anymore. I do it because I love it. I've been financially free for a long time. And we got great leaders to support you. So even if you don't believe in yourself, we're going to believe in you. God bless you all. Take advantage of this and let's rock this thing. Thank you, guys.